What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to the World Network game. So, here we are, the third episode of this series, and before we go into anything, before we start, just want to talk about a bit of news surrounding the save. So, Lee, Fox in the Box, he is no longer a part of this save. He couldn't do it due to time constraints on his part, on his half. So, we've now got a new man managing his team. Now, you know, obviously someone coming in right now is a somewhat disadvantage, but I believe what he's done, he's kept his team, decided to keep Lee's team, and he's going to hopefully add to it with his own players and look to, you know, try and make it his own. I mean, you know, Lee's obviously brought in some good players, so clearly he felt we could build on it. I didn't talk about who it was, so I might as well say what it is now. It's Toxic Lemon. Basically, his link will be in the description down below, and go check him out for his perspective of this save. It's just going to be taking over Lee's place. But we've still got Chaz, we've still got Campbell, FM Campbell, so, you know, we've still got everyone else the same. In terms of us, we've got no news to talk about yet. I guess the only real thing was that, well, since we started this save, which is quite like I say, it's only been on for this day, we're giving Toxic Lemon a little bit of chance, a little bit of time to, you know, get used to his surrounding, have a look at players, and have a look at some potential targets he'll want to bring in. But the only bit of news, like I say, is that we brought in a physio. We brought in another physio to add to our staff. But apart from that, it is the same team for us. I've been suggested a few players to look at, which I'm going to be looking at today. If you have any transfer suggestions, feel free to name them and list them below. I'm just looking at the transfers we're going to be bringing in and the transfers I've currently got signed. And I'm actually might not bringing a new left attacking midfielder. Ezequiel, our left attacking mid, might be good enough. I mean, his potential is quite tasty. The potential on him is something that I may want to look at. You know, he may be 23 and he may not have the greatest stats, but that potential star rating there, if we could grow him, that might be worthwhile. We might be able to save a little bit of money on that left attacking mid role. For now, I'll keep the bid that is currently for a left attacking mid in play. I won't make a decision just yet, because the left attacking mid I'm bringing in is probably going to be the most expensive signing of the transfer window. Now, if I can find any better players, of course, I'll go out there and get them. Now, like I say, I was suggesting 3 players, so I might as well look at him on camera while I'm here. So, make sure I spell this. Memphis Depay. Did I spell that right? I did. Cool. Now, these are all suggested by one person below, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to put them, like I say, in the description below, in the comment section below, not description. He might be a little bit out of the price range. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at what would you want? 62 million. We only have 55 million left. Once we take away the transfers that I could potentially bring in, I'm probably looking more around 20 million left in the bank, 30 million left in the bank. So what would you do if I gave you 15 up front? I don't think we're going to be able to get Memphis to pay. Great player, yes, but I just don't see a way that we're going to be able to afford him. I mean, obviously, I might do a little bit more. I'll see what I can do off camera, because I don't want to spend too much time on camera doing the transfers. But Memphis Depay is someone that I'll be looking at. Next one was Gabriel Barbosa. Gabriel Barbosa. I spelled his name wrong, didn't I? Nice one. Gabriel. Like that. Barbosa. There we go. This guy is a striker. I know for a fact Barbosa is an absolute beast. I've seen him on other saves, how crazy this guy can become. However, again, what sort of fee would they be looking for? 37 million. I'll think about that. That is a very, very likely transfer to go through. And the last guy was suggested to me was Eder Alvarez Balanta. Oh, I wasn't typing. Nice one. Eder Alvarez. Oh, wait. It doesn't type properly. Eder. Yeah. A-L. A-A. There. Eder Alvarez Balanta. Centre back. 21. I think I've spent enough on centre backs. Thelander cost us money. Corker cost us money. Dawson cost us money. I'll keep him in mind, but I don't think we'll be making a direct attempt to try and sign Balanta right now. But Barbosa, I think Barbosa could be a very realistic target for us. And the thought of having Rhodes first choice, Barbosa second, or back up with the potential to come in the future. That is very, very tasty. So yeah, I will meet you back, guys, when we've got an update to talk about. And until then, okay, guys. So new signing, Thiago Neves. It is our centre attacking midfielder that I wanted to go after. So let's have a look at him. So 29 years of age, definitely approaching the end of his career, but centre attacking mids don't necessarily have to be young players. I think you can find class centre attacking mids beyond the age of 32 if they're good enough. Now, Thiago Neves has played in the Portuguese division for a very long time and also the Saudi Arabian division, bounced in between the two, as you can see. Flamengo and the other team and stuff. I'm always moving back to the Saudi team sooner or later. So we spent £13.5 million on him, which is a relatively large transfer fee. But I think this guy has everything we wanted. I looked at my options, I looked at who was available and who we could potentially afford in terms of centre attacking midfielders, and I judged it. Yeah, Thiago Neves probably offers us the best for what we want, which is an advanced player maker. Plus he's 29, which means he could very easily develop maybe a young centre attacking mid. Maybe he could be someone that could develop maybe Gabriel Barbosa if we were able to get him. So what we will do is we will get Thiago Neves. We will put him in his position in terms of team. So for some reason, yep, sub 9. And then we will put you in instead of the Russian. And there we go. Our starting lineup is looking very, very tasty. In fact, this would be a starting 11 I wouldn't mind fielding in the first league game of the season. So, yeah, we've still got a lot of stuff to go through. With Gabriel Barbosa, I spoke about it previously. I've made a bid, although they didn't accept it. You know, when you can make a bid, you can suggest terms. We didn't reach an agreement. They refused to talk to me anymore. But I have placed a bid on the table for Gabriel Barbosa, and he's someone I would really like to get. I think Gabriel Barbosa could be a really good option apart from Jordan Rhodes up front, but I also feel he could play that centre attacking mid role relatively well, which is something nice that we can have on the bench. We could have him on the bench, but I could bring him on in different ways to impact the game in different ways. So Gabriel Barbosa is someone I'd expect to maybe see in the future for us. In terms of that left attacking mid, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I actually just delayed the transfer a second ago for the left attacking mid I was going to sign. It would cost us around 20 odd million from the transfer budget, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to spend that on him. I don't know if he's going to be that good. And one news as well, I spoke about the Foxes obviously previously. Now they're called the Foxes Skulk. And you know how Toxic Lemon came in. I said there was an unchanged team. That was a lie. There was not an unchanged team. Scheiber was someone that was signed by Lee beforehand. That transfer, basically what happened was, I believe that transfer was taken away. The fee that was spent on him was added back on, and now Lemon can go on and do what he pleases with that money that he can, he wanted to spend, and plus Scheiber's transfer fee. So that was the news there. We've got a lot of stuff to go through ourselves, so we're going to go through all of that and meet you guys back for some more important news. Alright guys, it's a big one. We've signed Gabriel Barbosa. Now one thing I've got to check quickly. Okay, good. I had to make sure whether, because for those of you who don't know, in Brazil you can't leave Brazil or South America as a matter of fact until you're at the age of 18. Then you can go anywhere in the world. The fact that Barbosa was 17 was worrying me. Then I remembered that actually everyone in the World League counts as being in England, so Barbosa doesn't have to follow by their rules. But yes, we have signed Gabriel Barbosa, for what could eventually be a £39 million transfer fee. Actually, I don't know. I just realised it said 32 million will be deducted. Well, you know what? We're going to go for it. Gabriel Barbosa, 36 million transfer fee. Could grow to, that's what it could grow to. 22 million up front. These are a few different mixture of things. I think it's like 80 million I'm paying up front. There are a crap ton of clauses in the deal, but Gabriel Barbosa is in the team, and I think this is an amazing signing. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to place him on the bench. However, expect him to be playing quite a few games in the future, and he'll probably be making a push for the starting place within this season. But I'm going to slowly incorporate him into the team. I'm going to slowly let him learn the language, learn English, and I think we've got a beast. I think we've got a world-class player here. Definitely a wonder kid. Because I've physically seen what he becomes in the future, and I know Barbosa becomes one of the best strikers in the world. And whether I make him one of the best strikers in the world, whether I make him one of the best centre attacking mids in the world, I'm going to make Gabriel Barbosa an absolute god, hopefully. Just looking at his stats, what could he play? He could probably play Advanced Playmaker. You know what? He could do that with at a really good level. So you know what? Gabriel Barbosa, thanks for the suggestion, whoever suggested it to me. That is an absolutely incredible signing, and I don't know why I didn't even think of it. So, if I look at the transfers feed quickly, transfer screen quickly, you notice that actually took away pretty much all of my transfer fee that is left. Now I've got 7.8 million and 118k in wages. However, I do still have a left attacking mid coming in. I'm not going to sign the guy that I was going to spend millions on, but I do still have another left attacking mid coming in who I think is at a better quality than our current backup. So hopefully we'll improve the backup there. But once that's done, actually, and one more signing as well. So we need a centre mid and a left attacking mid. In fact, here is the left attacking mid. Detino. I probably said that wrong. Detinio. There we go. I think that's better. From Shakhtar, left attacking midfielder, was a very, very cheap signing. Only £4.5 million. 16k a week on wages, so a very small wage as well. I think, you know, we're building up a very, very tasty squad. Now, you know what? I'll probably start him. I will probably start him in the team going into the start of the season, and that way we'll have the other guy on the bench if we need him, as Izenquil. But all I need now, all I want now, is a backup centre midfielder in place of Fabiano, and I'd be completely happy with this team. I've removed 2 people from the squad. I think we would have an overall squad I'd be happy with. I don't think I'd spend a single penny, and I can just get to the preseason games and really get into building this squad, gelling the tactic, and making this team incredible. So, in terms of centre midfielders, I don't really know who I'm going to be going for. So, you know, check this space, and hopefully, I've got a few in mind, but nothing official yet. So hopefully we can get one done soon. But even if we don't get centre mid, I'd still think with the squad that we currently have, we more than have the capabilities of covering the centre midfield position. I mean, we could very easily drop Thiago Neves back. We could probably even drop Barbosa back if I really wanted to, although I don't really want to be paying him that far down the field. So, yeah, I don't think actually we've got, you know, there's no need for, I don't think there's a necessary massive need for a centre mid, but it's still something I want because I want a more naturally attacking or naturally, someone with a better natural passing than Lee Catamalt and Fabiano that have to play that centre midfield role. So, meet you back when I get that centre mid. Okay guys, so I'm meeting you back here on the 5th of July, and the reason I'm doing so is not because we've signed our centre midfielder. It is because we've had ourselves a friendly. Now, I didn't play this, my assistant played this. However, it's the first time all of these players have been put together on a field of football. You know, it's the first time they ever come together. We played a pretty weak team. I believe they're some sort of Slovakian, Slovenian, they're not, the Czech Republic. But they're not a team in the World League, which means they're not a particularly great team. And they actually gave us a really good run for our money. Now, the team that was fielded by my assistant manager didn't have the likes of, didn't have a lot of the starting players in, actually. In fact, probably the only starting players in it were Lowton, Jefferson, Corker, Dawson, and Thiago Neves. So apart from that, there wasn't actually many starters in the team. So the fact that they were given a run for their money, I'm not actually too disappointed in. But still, that's not great. I would have loved to have obviously won that game and played a little bit better, but you know, what can you do? Nothing really. We've got 2 more friendlies still as well to play, and hopefully the tactic will have gelled. Oops, sorry about that if the screen resolution was a bit funny there, but hopefully the squad would have gelled a little bit better by them. And as you can see as well, I'm currently getting a lot of trialists in and stuff. Hopefully I'll be getting a centre mid signed very soon as well, although I'm not sure whether it'll be done in this video or whether I'll have to wait until the next episode for us to officially see it. But yeah, just a little update. We played our first friendly. We did win, so that's a very good thing. And we were able to, of course, gel the tactics together just that little bit more, because as much, you know, if we can get as much time on the field as possible, then we're going to get that tactic gel together. In fact, thinking of that, I might arrange 1 or 2 more friendlies before the Foxes game. So yeah, meet you guys back in a second. Alright guys, so this is going to be it for the episode. Not too much done on our part, you know, only a few signings here or there. We did get to play 1 friendly, which is good, although we didn't look too great in it, obviously. But we did quite a lot in the first 2 episodes. You know, we got a lot of signings, and we pretty much built the squad. So now we're finalising, and it will just be about, you know, getting through the time period. Now, I know the other 3 guys in this save have got quite a few things going on. Of course, with Lemon just coming in, you know, it's going to be difficult, you know, for him. He's got to try and sign, so that's sort of why it slowed down a little bit, because, you know, he's looking at players that he wants to sign and how he wants to change and sort of grow from the squad that he already inherited. While, you know, I know that for a fact, you know, Campbell has had to bring in a lot of players. You know, a lot of his transfers didn't go through on the first few episodes, so this episode was, you know, he signed a lot of people. So make sure you check out everyone's perspectives of this episode, of this series so far. It should be interesting, it should be good. And yeah, hopefully next time, like I said, we can get a few more friendlies done. Hopefully sign that centre mid, because we were unable to do that this time round. And yeah, start pushing towards that first game of the season, which now, of course, will be against Lemon. You know, our first 2 competitive games will be against him, so it should be quite good. So yeah, until next time, guys, peace out.